Milo stared at the number, read it 3 times, then a fourth. $95,000. That's what his coworker was making. For the exact same job, the same title, the same responsibilities. Milo was making $80,000. $15,000 gone every year because Milo didn't know what he was worth. And worse, he didn't know how to ask for it. In this episode, you'll watch Milo go from underpaid and afraid to negotiate to confidently securing a $15K raise using psychology principles that work. This is how salary negotiation actually works, and these are the exact strategies Milo used to get what he deserved. This is Milo's story. But if you've ever felt underpaid and too scared to speak up, it's yours too. Four weeks ago, Milo had discovered he was underpaid completely by accident. His team had gone out for drinks, the kind of night where people get a little too honest.
Dude, I'm just saying, for what we do, we should all be making at least 95K.
Milo made $80,000. He thought that was good. Fair.
I negotiated to 92 when I got promoted last year. You guys didn't negotiate?
Milo hadn't negotiated. He'd accepted the first offer. He'd been grateful just to have the job. 2 years ago, $75,000 had seemed like a fortune.
No negotiation, no counteroffer, just acceptance.
He'd been promoted to mid-level engineer last year. His salary had bumped to $80,000. But after that happy hour, Milo couldn't stop thinking about it. He spent the entire weekend researching. He wasn't just a little underpaid. He was $15,000 to $30,000 below market rate. $30,000 gone because Milo had been too afraid to negotiate.
I've been leaving money on the table for 2 years. $30,000, Emma.
So ask for a raise.
I can't just... What if they say no? What if they get offended? What if they think I'm ungrateful?
What if they say yes and you get $15,000 more dollars?
Emma was right. But Milo's fear wasn't irrational.
The psychology of salary negotiation fear. Why we're afraid to negotiate. Loss aversion. We fear losing the job more than we value gaining money. Imposter syndrome. I'm not worth more. Social conditioning. Be grateful for what you have. Rejection sensitivity. Asking feels like begging. Power imbalance. They control your livelihood. Reality? Companies expect negotiation. Not negotiating signals you don't know your worth.
Milo reached out to Marcus, the senior engineer who'd mentored him before.
I found out I'm 15K below market rate, but I don't know how to ask without sounding greedy or ungrateful. You're making 2 mistakes already. Mistake 1, you think negotiation is about asking. It's not. It's about anchoring. Mistake 2, you think they'll be offended. They won't. They'll respect you more. Let me teach you how this actually works.
Anchoring bias in salary negotiation. Anchoring, the first number mentioned becomes the reference point for all discussion. If you say, I'd like to discuss a raise, boss thinks 5 to 10% standard raise. If you say, based on market data, the range for this role is 95K to 110K, boss thinks he did his research. This is a serious conversation. Key rule, anchor high with data. Let them negotiate down from there, not up from I'd like more money.
Here's your script. Write this down. Step 1, request the meeting. I'd like to schedule 30 minutes to discuss my compensation relative to market rates. I've done research and want to have a data-driven conversation. Step 2, open with data. Based on Glassdoor, Levels.fyi, and PayScale, the market rate for a mid-level engineer with my experience in this region is $95K to $110K. I'm currently at $80K. Step 3, pause. Let them respond. Step 4, state your ask if needed. I'd like to discuss bringing my compensation to $95K, which is the market rate for my role and contributions. Step 5, if they hesitate. I understand if that's not possible immediately. Can we discuss a timeline to get there? What if they say no? Then you know where you stand, and you start looking elsewhere. But they probably won't say no. Know why? Because replacing you costs them $20 to $30K in recruiting and training. It's cheaper to give you the raise.
It wasn't about fairness or gratitude. It was about math.
Based on market data, the range for my role is 95 to 110. I'm currently at 80.
His voice shook. He wasn't confident yet. Milo practicing over 3 days. Wednesday, shaky voice, breaking eye contact with Mira. Thursday, steadier but fidgeting hands. Friday, clear voice, steady posture.
You're ready. I sent the meeting request this morning. It's Monday at 2 p.m. You have 3 days to not panic.
Saturday night, lying awake, staring at the ceiling. Sunday morning, scrolling through market data, doubting the numbers. Sunday evening, texting Emma. What if I'm wrong about this? Emma's response? You're not. Trust the data. Common negotiation mistakes. Avoid these. Starting with, I need more money. Sounds desperate. Start with market data. Sounds informed. Accepting the first counteroffer. They're testing you. Pause. Ask for time to consider. Counter again. Bringing up personal expenses. Rent went up. Focus on value you bring, not what you need. Negotiating via email. Easy to ignore. Request a face-to-face meeting. Harder to dismiss. Apologizing. Sorry to bother you, but be direct. I'd like to discuss compensation. Monday crawled. Every hour felt like 3. This was it. Milo showed up to the meeting armed with printed pages of market data.
So, compensation discussion. What's on your mind? I've done market research for mid-level engineers with my experience in this region. Based on Glassdoor, Levels.fyi, and PayScale, the range is 95 to 110,000. I'm currently at 80. You're right. You're below market rate. To be honest, I knew you were underpaid. I've been meaning to address it.
Part of Milo was relieved. Part of him was angry. They'd known he was underpaid and hadn't said anything?
I'd like to discuss bringing my compensation to $95,000, which aligns with market rate and reflects my contributions over the past 2 years. I think we can do that. Let me talk to HR and finance. I'll have an answer by the end of the week. I appreciate that. To confirm, we're discussing a $95,000 annual salary? Yes, 95. I'll make it happen.
The meeting lasted 12 minutes. Milo had been terrified for 3 days, and it was over in 12 minutes. The fear didn't go away when he got what he wanted. It turned into relief, then pride. $15,000. Because Milo had finally asked for what he was worth.
How do you feel?
Stupid that I waited 2 years, but also powerful.
Like I finally understand how this works. They weren't going to just give it to me. I had to ask. With data. With confidence. And they said yes.
To asking for what you're worth.
I'll never make that mistake again.
2 weeks later, Milo is mentoring a junior engineer.
So they just said yes? Just like that?
Not just like that. Because I came with data. Because I made it easy for them to say yes.
Milo had become the person he'd needed 2 years ago.
Here's what Milo learned about salary negotiation. And your takeaway? Lessons worth $15,000 for him, but maybe worth more for you. Lesson number 1, they won't offer what you don't ask for. Companies don't proactively fix underpayment. Why would they? It's cheaper not to. If you don't ask, they assume you're fine. Milo left $30,000 on the table because he thought being grateful meant not asking for more. Lesson number 2, anchor with data, not feelings. I need more money equals weak. Market rate for this role is 95 to 110K, strong. Data removes emotion from negotiation. It's not about what you want, it's about what you're worth. Lesson number 3, silence is power. After stating your case, stop talking. The first person to speak usually loses. Milo waited 3 seconds. It felt like 3 hours. But that pause let David process instead of react. Lesson number 4, replacing you costs more than paying you. This was Milo's leverage, and he didn't even have to say it out loud. Companies know this math. They just hope you don't. These lessons didn't just get Milo $15,000. They gave him confidence he'd never had before. 6 months later, Milo's friend asked how he'd done it.
I stopped waiting for them to recognize my value. I told them.
Your employer will never pay you what you're worth if you never tell them what that is. Know your market rate. Come with data. Ask with confidence.
In the next episode, Mira learns to spot a liar in 60 seconds flat. Body language, micro-expressions, the tells that give people away. Watch out for the psychology of deception and how it works to cast off deceit and lies.
These stories hit different, don't they? Because they're not just stories, they're mirrors. You see yourself in them. I'm Professor Brainwell, and I'm here to help you process what you just watched. So here's my question. What's the one thing from today's episode that you're taking with you? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. And if someone in your life needs to see this, share it with them. Sometimes the right story at the right time changes everything. Subscribe to follow Milo and Mira's journey. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you next time.